Good morning, interwebs. It is 1:58 and I have spent my morning sitting here editing video and organizing myself so that I can edit video. And Steve,
yes, a funny loop.
Yes, it just goes round and round. I'm just a funny loop. But Steve has been busy out of doors and he's leaving out the door. He's gonna go and dump all
the crumbs off on the floor inside. I could try it again if you want. I could go sweep them up and put them on the floor in here.
No, thank you. I didn't realize that you had unloaded your shirt already.
Yes.
So, what did you find today in the garden?
These were yellow volunteer tomatoes. I had never had yellow volunteer tomatoes.
Would you like to explain what a volunteer is to people that don't know?
They're plants that grow on their own. You did not plant them. So usually from seeds from previous year's fruit.
Which means they're usually something weird, someplace we did not intend it.
Yes.
And you're like, that's not a weed. And so then we let it grow. And sometimes you go, maybe that's a weed. And sometimes you go, hey, it's a yellow tomato plant. Where were the yellow tomatoes?
These were over by the black-eyed peas.
Oh.
I knew it was there. I checked on it periodically throughout the year to see if they had finally ripened. And they had never had until today. And they were yellow, not red.
The other thing that is interesting about the volunteer fruits is that they come from mostly like hybrid seeds, and so frequently the hybrid seeds are like a genetic blend kind of that's done like naturally of two plants together, but they will frequently split when they grow the second time.
You don't know which characteristic they will take on.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it means they might not taste good.
Or sometimes they're like weirdly squishy, and sometimes they don't develop, and they can be weird.
Like with the Jetstar tomatoes, which are the red ones we mostly grow, usually if they have volunteers, they grow as cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, they're like tiny, but they're good. They're just tiny.
Good.
So the other things that Steve brought in today, he brought in this whole box of dried black-eyed peas. So we'll get to do another unbeaning. Oh, exciting.
See?
Oh, they're so pretty. And they're already all dry and those are gonna be yummy. And then he also brought me more tomatoes because I don't have any.
3 buckets. Only 3.
Only 3 buckets.
Wah wah. That's like half of what I've been bringing you before.
Well, we're already down to only about 1.5 bushels left on the shelf. So, not too bad. We're definitely catching up, and I think the season is slowing.
Yes.
So,
and hopefully, I was gonna say with these 3 buckets, this is the first time I've harvested all the plants at a time in a while too.
I guess you've been bringing me in like
half. So our half went down to a mere like 250 tomatoes. That's
you and your productivity.
Boom.
So now I'm gonna go and finish editing videos about me canning his productivity, and then we'll have some lunch. Earlier, I spoke about productivity, and excuse me, a sip of my coffee wet my whistle. I was productive tonight. I had a meeting. Whoop. For the board that I'm on, and so that took a while, and we hung out and did some stuff as a family, and then I rearranged my office again. So let me turn on the light so you can see a little better. So what I rearranged is this is where like the yarn boxes had been. So there's the door, and you come in. There's the closet where I have a bunch of things stored, and then here had been the yarn boxes. Well, I moved this shelf unit over here, and then this shelf unit had been mine, but then it had been in our son's room. And then now it's back here with me, so my things are stacked. And then the other day I'd cleaned some of these things off. These are all the garments waiting for me to film that garment video, which I think we're filming tomorrow, because the weather should be good for that. And then on this wall, where I had my shelf unit, is now my yarn boxes. Now, you'll notice there's like this weird hole here, and I have like boards across. There has to be a hole there because that's where the heating and air conditioning vent is for this room. So obviously I can't cover it up or I would be really cold or hot, as the case may be. So then there's just a few things stacked on top. I moved a few things up there, and Betty, my dress form, went to live up there. And one box that has like semi-finished design projects in it. So things that I don't really need access to. I put Jezebel right there. Actually, no. She goes where she wants. I can't put her anywhere. And then I also kind of cleared up my sewing area is now clear again, and I made a nice space for my racks to sit, and then my yarns over here, we need to attach that to the wall. But definitely cleared some space, and I think made for a better filming setup for myself. So the main purpose of this, it wasn't that I had any great problem with the way it had been set up, except I had like the pretty backdrop on this wall, but the windows are on that wall too. So if I stood on that side, I got like major shadows and stuff if I did anything during the day. And then even at night, there wasn't enough distance for me to set the lamp up very well. So here, I have plenty of distance where when I have the lamp on, and once I get the right light bulb, which we tried to buy light bulbs at Menards yesterday. I hate buying light bulbs. I'm so bad at it. And so we tried to buy light bulbs for that light, and what we bought didn't work, and it's just frustrating. So whatever. I might just have to buy myself another lamp. But yeah, so I stand over here, I will then get the light from the window here, and everything will just be better. It also gives me a few more options when I'm doing like sewing work. I have that table, which I also use for craft shows. I set up and use as a crafting table, and then my ironing board. So I can set the ironing board up in kind of that little hole and do my ironing over there and get it just a little bit more out of the way. Plus, I have really been enjoying sitting in my comfy chair in here. This is becoming like beyond just my office, like my own little kind of den, like a place to spend time in the evening sometimes, and that's really nice. And I had it set up. I use a plate stand to hold my phone. So I had my phone set up tonight, and I had a podcast playing and some other YouTube stuff, and my new wireless headphones meant that I could sit over here in my chair with just my lamp on and like the quiet and do some crocheting and stuff. So I haven't actually done that part yet, but I was sitting over here basically just looking around the room going, okay, what are we gonna do next? But I think I'm happy with this, at least for now. There's some decorating that I'd like to do, but now I feel like I might be getting myself more and more set up that I can do decorative things instead of just like, I've really just been going more for function over form right now because I just need to get everything in a place where I can use it. So I'll work on decorating things as, you know, as that happens. And then I also just put in one canner of stuff, and that'll probably be the only canner of things I do tonight. I put in a canner of tomato paste that we had made in the crock pot, and it's just heating up in there. So that will be the only canner of things I do tonight. I'm just having a little bit of pudding from that pudding I made the other day, and having a cup of coffee because I didn't drink my coffee today, and if I don't, I'm gonna regret it. It won't keep me up, but it'll give me a headache if I don't drink it because yes, addicted to the caffeine. Just gotta own it sometimes. So I'm gonna sit down and finish editing an Aldi haul, which I was almost done editing this afternoon, and then I just didn't finish it. So I'm gonna get that done so I can edit the next vlog so it can upload overnight. And then yeah, just keep trucking along. We'll see what I get up to after this. If I get to sit down and crochet or cross stitch or something. That'd be kind of nice, huh? After I do a little bit of video editing. Whoop. And then tomorrow, we don't have much planned at all. Just like a family day of doing our usual school and things. And then Steve and the kids are going to go to a soccer game. And I'm going to go, well, I'm going to be here. I'm going to try and go to VCAN tomorrow night. Probably do some crafting in the afternoon and evening. Probably, maybe not can tomorrow. We'll see. And we are probably going to rearrange this room, the parlor, tomorrow, now that we have the new computer, so we can put the TV on the wall, because our new TV came today too. And its mounting thing. What did not come was my interfacing, which was supposed to come in the same order. FedEx claimed it was out for delivery. It has not been delivered, so I am just anxiously awaiting that interfacing so that I can sew some more bags, because I'm currently out. Gesundheit, Manelia. Silly cat. Okay, I'm gonna go edit.